in Ghana. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. If anybody from any other parts of the world here. My name is Emmanuel Beve. Thank you for joining the call. We're not going to waste time on this one. We've just finished one of the sections, and will project my screen shortly. Let me just project my screen shortly. Yeah. Right. I hope you can see my screen. Can you all see my screen? Great. Right. So thank you for joining. As I said earlier, my name is Emmanuel Bever, and we are poised to educate the public, to educate individuals on the advent of AI as a center of excellence, AI center of excellence. Our priority is to go into research, go into educating the public on the the invention or the current nature of the technology that we have as a buzzword. And so we schedule a lot of meetings for today up till Friday to take our learners through various areas or various sectors of how AI is affecting those areas. And so this section is AI for business development. And so we have in a person of Daniel. So Daniel Gordzi is a data scientist and a machine learning specialist with Haptel. And so he is going to take us through. He has over 4 years experience in building and deploying robust AI solutions, and also passionate about advancing AI knowledge and sharing his expertise in the area. And so, with not much wasting much time, I would invite him, our speaker for this section, to take us through what AI is doing in terms of its application in the space of business development. So over to you, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. So, hi everybody. I'm going to share my screen. Let me just do that. Now, please let me know when you can see my screen.
Right.
So, just as Mr. Gbebe introduced me, right, we are going to discuss AI for business development today. And it's going to be an interactive session. It's not going to be a lecture. We are going to have a discussion because I want to know what you know and how you feel about AI for business development. Now, we all know that AI is raging on, and day in, day out, there are new innovations in the space that impact business development. And today we are going to learn all about some of these innovations and how they impact business. Then we focus on some of the challenges that comes with it. We look at some case studies that are related to AI application in business development. Is that okay? Please feel free to interrupt me whenever you want. If you have any questions, I'm going to be throwing questions at you as well. So be expecting questions because I want this to be a discussion. I don't want to be the only one doing the talking. I want everybody to participate. Let's share ideas and see how AI can help in business development. Right. Without much ado, I want to start with the very first point. So that is, what is AI? In your own view, what do you think AI is? And please feel free to raise your hand anytime. Or should
Daniel,
I
we
call
cannot see
somebody?
we can't see your screen, so I don't know if you can share. I can
Right, let me
reshare.
share it again.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Right. Can you see it now? Yeah, can you see my screen now? Hello? Can anybody see my screen?
No, please.
No, we're not
Wow.
saying it. We're only saying the.
Right. So I'm going to turn on my video and then see if that could be impacting it. Okay, so let me do that and try again. How about now? Can you see my screen?
We can still see your screen, please.
No.
This is strange. I was just sharing my screen.
Can you on your camera? Let's see if we can.
Oh, right. Okay, so let's see.
Yes, if your camera is working.
Yeah, the camera is working. Oh, it's on. The camera is on now. Can you see my face?
Can anybody else see it? Maybe I'm.
Nope. Nope.
No, we can't see anything.
Wow. Oh, that is strange.
So probably maybe I can share your slides with them.
Yeah.
From my end.
Yeah, that would be great. Please
Okay.
share my slide then.
Please give me some few minutes, few seconds, please.
Okay.
AI. Yes. And maybe you've done some updates.
Yeah, I did do some updates on Saturday. So,
so can you share it with me on WhatsApp or something so that I can?
right.
I can do that one.
So it's still the same, but let me share it with you.
Yeah, because this one is having a challenge with the. Please bear with us. This is the technical hinges we have to deal with. We'll start in no time. We're looking at the time, so we'll make sure before within the time.
Yeah, in the meantime, we can start by discussing what AI is.
Exactly. So go on with that.
Yeah, so right now I invite your comments. I want to know what you think about AI. In your own words, what do you think AI is? Anybody at all? You just unmute and then you can tell us your first name and then you tell us what you think about AI. Or you can raise your hand as well. You can even type your comment in the chat box so that I can read out loud. Yes, Joshua. Joshua Ayayi.
Yes. So, thank you. AI, as the name suggests, artificial intelligence. So, basically, being able to program something for it to perform tasks on its own. Once you are able to query it, it can then bring out information for you. So, should we say a tiny little bit human brain, something like that? So,
Right.
artificially made. Yeah.
Right. I like that definition. So programming the machine to perform some human level task, right? What do you also think? Any other person? I think Wanda is typing in the group.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, so
Yes,
he's
please.
saying AI is artificial intelligence.
Afternoon.
It's how the machines respond synchronously. Can you please elaborate a little bit on that? Can you please? Maybe I'm not getting you well. Can you explain a little bit? You can still type. So simply, you don't have to get all fancy. Simply, what do you think AI is? That is what I'm asking. If you have to explain AI to somebody who is non-technical, perhaps your parent or your sister or some sibling, what would you say? What would you say AI is? Yes, P keys. Probably not your real name, but yes, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, I think AI is the ability of a machine to perform human tasks.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, to
And that,
indulge in human thinking and probably assist human activities.
okay, so basically, I think yes, thank you very much. What's your real name, please? What's your first name? You can just give me your first name,
Okay, my name is David.
David, right? So, yes, that is also in line with what Joshua said earlier. So, basically, okay, so our slides are coming up. Thank you very much. So, basically, AI is giving machines the ability to what? Perform human level
Think.
tasks. Yes, and that is what everybody is saying. So, Wisdom's comment there is that, so he gave an example there. So, for example, if you type a sentence on MS Word, it gives you wrong spelling notice immediately. Okay, so it's happening in real time, right? So basically, it's how machines respond. Yeah, it is part of it. It's part of it, basically. But what we are looking at a very high level is teaching a machine to perform tasks that is reserved or that was believed to be performed, or that can also only be performed by humans, right? For example, the ability to see, we take it for granted, but teaching a computer to learn to see, which is computer vision, is AI, is artificial intelligence. Okay. And in today's discussion, like we just mentioned, we are going to look at some practical business development applications of AI. Okay. The slide went off again. Mr. Gbeve, I don't know why, but the slides is gone again.
Yeah, wait for it. It's coming.
Okay.
Just one of those things it will come.
All right. Great. Yeah. So we know what AI is right now. Okay. So we are going to look at some of its application in business development, starting with improving customer experience, right? Now, in your own words, how do you think AI can help improve customer experience? Before we talk about what we have, what do you think? Since we know what AI is, so basically teaching a computer to perform tasks that are reserved for humans or that humans are known to like perform, how do you think AI can be used or to enhance what customer experience? Any ideas? Please, can you move up? Mr. Gbebe, can you move up, please?
Yes.
Please go up for me. Yes, perfect. Yes, somebody was talking. Please go ahead.
All right, so how I think AI can help improve customer experience. It's we have this automated system that collects feedbacks. So with the feedback, it's going to help the business and the customer in the long run, where the customer will know what exactly is happening in the company. So I think with the automation, it's going to help the customer to know what exactly is happening at what time. Yes.
Do you mean the business will know what is happening at what time or the customer?
It goes both ways.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Right. So yes, that is very true, right? So one of the areas is, for example, so we are talking in this case, we are talking about from the business point of view, right? So from the business point of view, that data that you are collecting about your customers can be analyzed, right? And then the trend within the data will be discovered, and that information will help in decision making, right? So you can use that. For example, if let's say I'm selling tomatoes at Makola and nobody is buying my tomatoes, so every time when I go there, probably because my price is high or something, I put tomatoes there and nobody is buying it. Now I don't know for sure why people are not buying my tomatoes. But if I get data, okay, so on Monday, how much did I sell? On Tuesday, how much did I sell? How many people bought from me? Right? At what time did they buy from me? All that information can help a business improve their customer experience. For example, if they discover that perhaps the price was too high, they could lower it, right? Or maybe they discover that in the afternoon that I sell my tomatoes, people don't come out around that time. Okay. Do you get it? So all this information that the business is gathering can be used to enhance what? The customer experience. Okay. That is one. Okay. Now we can also identify competitive landscape. So basically, that is also talking about your competitors, right? What are they offering that you are not? AI can help you uncover that information, and that information can help you adjust your business in such a way that you can drive what? More growth. You can get more people buying your product or service or patronizing your services. Is that okay? Is that okay? So can you lower it? Okay, so I'm missing out on some things. Then, we also talked about what? Personalized market strategies. Now, if you have information about your market or where you are, the nature of your business ecosystem, that information can help you know, okay, which particular customers or individuals should you focus on with what product. Okay. So tailored advertisement is one area that AI is being used right now. So because you have that information about, the preferences and the behavior of your customers, you can tailor your product to exactly what they need. Okay. And that is one application of AI in market analysis. Now, the question I have is this: which companies do you know currently who are using AI to enhance market analysis? Do you know any particular company in your area, so in your country, or any company that you know that has used AI to do this that you can share? Is there anybody? So in Ghana here, let's talk about Ghana here. If you are in Ghana, is there any company that you've noticed is using AI to drive this kind of engagement? Okay, so what if people don't know? Well, I'm going to give an example. So Haptor is actively using AI to understand their customers and recommend products. Okay, so that is one area. Now they use AI to find out which market or which segment of their customers are likely to buy what product. Do you understand? So that information. So if you've gone on the Haptor app recently, you realize that if you're interested in Banku, for instance, they'll give you more of those restaurants that are serving Banku, right? And all that information is based on the things you like. So it's based on your feedback or the data that's gathered about you. Do you understand? Right. So that is a practical example. I'm sure you guys know about other examples that if you want to share them, you can feel free to share them. But let's move on to the next. If there's no other question, if there's no question right now, we can move on to the next slide, please. Right. So now we are going to look at how AI is optimizing business development. Okay. First, let's talk about automating sales forecasting. Okay, we talked about this. So AI is being used to predict how much sales we are going to make next week, how much sales we are going to make next month, what inventory should we be keeping, will the demand increase, will the demand for a product increase in next year, right? So all this data collected about customers can help us make these decisions. Okay? And AI is driving this decision-making process. AI is helping people to sift through vast amount of data and determine what product they should be putting out there, what inventory they should be keeping, and what customers are going to be buying, or what they are projecting will be the sales in a month or 2 months time, right? So that is a very practical application of AI. Now we talked, I think we've spoken at length about customer service and how AI is helping that as well. And we know of some of the tools, AI tools that are used for this. For example, we can talk about chatbots. Okay, chatbots are improving customer service right now across Africa and the world. I think a lot of banks in Ghana here even have chatbots. I heard Vodafone had one. Right, so chatbots are being used extensively, and I think that the application of AI, I mean, through chatbots for customer service is massive. There's a huge demand out there. There is a huge need for chatbots or customer service based chatbots because a lot of people struggle to get important information about a business when they need it. You have to go to long processes. You call people, sometimes they don't even get back to you. But with chatbot, you can be doing business 24/7. You can serve your customers 24/7, right? Because they don't sleep. Even whilst you are sleeping, your chatbot is at work. And that is a very important use case for AI. Okay, now let's talk about risk identification and mitigation, right? And AI can also help us determine and identify potential risks even before they become a problem, so we can mitigate them, right? We find strategies to like reduce those risks before they become a problem. Now, typical example is fraud detection, right? In this case, AI is sifting through data, and in real time, we can determine what purchases can be potential fraud. That will enable the business to take what action immediately, even before the person, is defrauded, or before you even make away with somebody's money. The AI can help the business owner know what potential security risk that they are posing to like their customers. And that is also a very nice use case for AI. Okay. Now at this point, is there any question? Is there any concern, anything so far what we've discussed about AI in business development? Do you see anything? Is there any question, anything bothering your mind? For anybody at all? Yes, right. So the first person is it Machi Benedict?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. My question goes this way. I just wanted to know if this AI for
Mhm.
business development is it applicable for in all business sectors? Like, can it work in any business at all that one is doing?
So thank you very much. That's a very good question. So, and that is a very exciting thing for me because I think the potential for AI application is like enormous. We haven't even reached, we don't even know how far or what application areas AI can be used for. And so the application of AI is only limited by your imagination. Okay. It means that AI can be applied in so many areas, so much that I can't tell you just how many. Okay, I can't tell you, okay, this is the only application of AI. You get what I mean? Any business at all you have in mind, there's probably like an AI application there. And you have to think about what is the best way, or what ways can I use AI to like enhance this my current business. Have I answered your question? I mean, there's no
Yeah.
limitation here. Everything is possible. That's what I'm saying. Right?
Okay. I get you.
Right. P keys again. And David. I think your name is David.
Okay, my question goes this way. For instance, we know you talked about AI helping us to be able to get strategies for business and so on. So my question is, if we, for instance, a business owner, maybe a tomato seller, two different tomato sellers.
Yeah.
So we all use the AI for the strategy. Is
Okay.
the AI going to give us separate or different strategy, or is going to give us the same strategy for both business? Because we are competitors. So if the AI is giving us a strategy, it should be able to be unique for us to scale up. So my question is it going to give us separate uh, strategies to scale up, or the same strategy?
Yeah. So I think that depends on, there is a saying, okay, in the computer world, that garbage in, garbage out, right? So what you get out of
Sure.
AI, okay, the value you get out of AI is in most cases dependent on you. Okay, what you know and how you apply yourself. Okay, so at the end of the
Okay.
day, the value that you are going to get out of this will depend on how you use the tools. Okay, so the way I'll use the tools will be different from the way you will use the tools. And so at the end of the day, the competitive advantage will be, I mean, the person who use the tool best, okay, because of what they've learned, the knowledge they have, the experience they have with the tool or something. So it will not be the same. The output we get out will never be the same, even if we use the same approach. Okay, for example, if we are all building a model and everybody is using um, uh, 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 what's the name? Um, oh, how would I be? Like a random forest. If we are all using random forest, so random forest is one of the machine learning algorithms. If you are even using the same machine learning algorithm, we might not even arrive at the same results. Okay, the output will be different because there are so many other areas that might differ. It could be the variation in the data set, it could be a variation in how even the random forest is applied, the type of data cleaning you go through. So there are so many other variables that could change the result that we get. Okay, so it is never going to be the same. Have I answered your question?
Yes, please.
Right. Yes. I think Benedict, your hand is still up. Benedict, do you still have a question or is the old one? Okay, well, if not, then let's move on to the next application area. Okay, so we are talking about AI for process automation and optimization. You know, businesses follow some process. Okay, every business has a process, and AI can automate all these processes. Let's see how. Please move on to the next. Thank you. So the first one is automating routine tasks. Okay, so one thing AI is good at is automating repetitive routine tasks. You do the same thing over and over. And trust me, one of the reasons why a lot of people feel like AI is taking their job is because a lot of the jobs we do is repetitive and routine. Okay, now can anybody give me some examples of such jobs? Can anybody give me something like that? Anybody? Okay, let me give you an example. Bank tellers. Now, when you go to a bank, there's a process you follow, right? You move from one thing to the other until you are out. You get what you want, right? And that process can easily be automated with AI. So anything repetitive can be what? Automated with AI. Any task that is repetitive, it's well structured, repetitive, routine, you do the same thing, you do the same thing over and over again. That is something that can be automated with AI. The second thing is optimizing resource allocation. Okay. No, AI can help you determine which resources are needed at what time. And that information can help you allocate the right resources for the right job. Okay. Typical example is, let's say, ECG, right? So ECG can use AI to determine, okay, how much consumption would a community need, let's say for this month or in December, for a festive season like December, right? And they can then plan on the amount of energy they will allocate for that community. Okay, so that they don't allocate more than that, so that other communities won't have light, while some people are not even using the ones that you have. Okay, so that is another area that AI is very good at. Mr. Gbebe, can you please move the distance so I can see the last slide? I think it's because of yeah, let me see if I can want to close this side. I can't see the third point. It's a little bit obscured. Yeah, now we've lost him. Okay, so I'm going to continue from my side. Okay, so another area that AI is, give me a second, please. For analysis, yes, for automating process. So another area is predictive maintenance. Okay, another area that AI is shining in when it comes to
Please,
business
we can
process.
see the slide again.
Okay, I am
we can
reading
see the
from my
slide.
own.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have mine. I'm going to try to share my screen again. Anyway, I think you will get access to the slides later. And for the sake of time, can you see my screen? Hello, can you
No,
see my
please.
screen?
No, please.
Right. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll continue, but everybody will get access to the slide later on. Is that okay? So that we don't waste the time. Yes, Benedict, your hand is still up.
Sorry, I
Okay,
need to
so that,
calculate.
pardon?
Say I need to cancel it. I didn't raise my hand again.
Okay, okay, okay. Right. So the third area that AI is improving operational efficiency is what? Predictive maintenance. So predictive maintenance basically means that for some companies, if you go and buy like some tool that you're using for your development and you are not maintaining the tool, eventually it breaks down, right? Now you need to be able to, the trick is finding out when it is important for you to like what? Run maintenance, okay? Go through the maintenance to prevent the tool from what? Deteriorating. And AI can help you do that, to know exactly when it's important for you to like perform some maintenance checks or to do some maintenance work on your current tool or the current service, the current tool you are using to like. And normally this is very applicable in manufacturing, okay, where they have so many equipment that they use, and they use AI to find out when maintenance is due, when they can maintain or they can perform some maintenance on the equipment that they are using, to prevent the equipment from deteriorating, like from going down because they are not maintained. And we in Ghana here, we know the maintenance culture, how the maintenance culture is like. We use the same tool until it breaks down totally. Okay. But if you can actually know when you're supposed to service your car or something, you would prevent some of these things from happening. And that is what predictive maintenance is all about. Okay. Now let's talk about, I think we've spoken about improving customer experience. Now let's talk about how AI is enabling data-driven decision making. Okay. And I've spoken at length about predictive analytics. Basically finding out the trend in your data that you will use to make what? Informed decisions. You use to forecast some future event. And AI is driving all of that. We talked about risk management. You use AI to assess and mitigate risk. Okay. And that also help you to make decisions. If you know what risk you are facing, you can take appropriate steps to make sure those risks are, they are what? Mitigated, they are reduced, so that they don't become a problem later on. We also talk about market segmentation. Okay, AI is driving decisions because it's helping people to know, okay, which customers should we be focusing on, which product should go to what customer, and then they can use that that decision making will help them maximize their what? Bottom line, or get more sales, make more money. Okay, so AI is helping in all these areas. It's helping people make decisions. And even as individuals, as we've seen throughout this whole series, we are just talking about all the different areas we can apply AI. And as you've seen, there are so many areas. There are so many areas that we can apply AI. There's so many areas can benefit. And we are even discovering new areas as the day goes by. And so the potential for AI is enormous. It's limitless. Huh. Now let's talk about understanding customer behavior. But before we do that, I want to ask, why do you think it's important for a business to understand customer behavior? Anybody? Understanding customer behavior. Why do we think it's important? Thank you very much, Mr. Gbebe. The slides are back. Yes. Yes, David.
Okay. The reason why I think it's important to understand customer behavior because one, it helps to inform the company decision, and also it helps to provide customer satisfaction.
Yes, those
Yeah.
are very important points. Yes, I saw Benedict. Your hand was also up. Has it gone down?
Yeah, yeah. I think another important is if we actually give you a feedback of what you are doing, to help you to know
Mhm.
whether you are satisfying the demand of your customers or not, so that it will now help you to improve what you are doing.
Yes, that those are very important points. And AI is helping people to do all of that you just mentioned right now. Okay. So, for example, predicting purchase patterns. We've talked about this. That AI can predict, can forecast what, how much people are going to buy from you, who is going to purchase what. All that information can be derived with AI from data. Okay. We also talk about customer segmentation. Which customer should we focus on? What product should be going to what customer? That information is also very important. So you don't waste your time. You don't waste your limited resources on customers who will not even buy your product, right? Nobody wants to do that because you don't have a lot of money. Your resources are limited. So you need to like make sure that they are hitting the point, they are targeting the areas that you should be focusing on. Okay. That is another area. We can talk about personalized marketing campaigns. So when you segment your customers and you know the different segment that there is, you can focus on each individual segment, the ones that you know, so you know exactly what product should be going to what customer. Okay. And that is what personalized marketing campaigns is all about. And AI is driving all of this. We can also talk about real-time customer engagement. I mentioned chatbots. Okay, we can talk about recommender systems like the one that Haptel has. You buy Banku today or in a few minutes, and it's giving you more of restaurants that are selling Banku because they know that is what you like, or not just Banku but like local foods. So if you started with Banku, they bring you fufu, they bring you kokonte because they think you like what? Local food. If you like rice, you get rice dishes. That kind of recommendation are all being generated with AI. Okay, they are all some of the applications of what? AI. Now I'm going to ask you again. Do you know of any business or service that is using AI to achieve all these things we just spoke about? Can you talk about them briefly? Anybody at all? Because I want us to relate all the things we are learning right now, all the things we are discussing here to our real world. These are not abstract information. Okay, these things are happening around us and we can see them. AI is real. AI is impacting everything around us. So I want us to be able to appreciate all the things, all the use for AI that is happening around us. Anybody at all? Any observation? Any observation?
Please, can you come again with the question?
Yeah, so the question is, what are some companies that you know that are applying AI or are using AI to improve customer experience? That is what I'm asking. Do you know any company around you that you can talk about? In Nigeria, if you are in Nigeria, okay, what are some companies in Nigeria that are using AI to improve customer experience? Can you give us an example and what they do? If you are in Kenya, is there some companies? I'm sure there are, but do you know some of them? Anybody at all? Nobody? Okay. Well, then we'll move on. Okay, so there are other areas that AI is using to enhance customer experience, and that includes dynamic pricing optimization. So in real time, when the demand goes up, the price can be adjusted by AI. Okay, can adjust the price, okay, so that you can maximize your revenue. You can use that information to determine, okay, what's the best price. Because the demand has increased, you can increase the price a little bit. Simple economics, right? And AI is driving all of that. We can talk about sale process automation. So I mentioned earlier on that a lot of the business processes we know, I mean, they are routine, they are repetitive. Okay, they go through a process, and AI can help us automate all these processes. Is that okay? Now, let's talk about how AI is optimizing return on investment. But before I even go on to this, is there any question? Is there any concern? Anything at all bothering anybody? So I think Mr. Gbebe is posting a comment there. So there will be certification for those who are interested in the program. So please, if you're interested in a certification, contact the organizers of the program for it. Okay. And then they also have a course platform. It's called Coursity, Africosity. Okay, where it's a paid platform. There are a lot of courses there available. If you want to take a course, you can go there and take the course. And all those links will be shared with you by the organizers. Okay. Now let's talk about optimizing marketing return on investment, right? So how is AI helping businesses to optimize return on investment? Okay, one of them is content personalization. Okay, so we want relevant information. You don't want to send generic information to everybody. You want to send specific information to the needs that will meet the needs of the particular customer in question. Okay, so AI can help you do that, right? We can also talk about ad campaign optimization. Because you are segmenting customers, you know which customer you should be sending ad to, or you know which ad should be going to what customer, and that can help maximize return on investment. You are not throwing your time, you are not wasting time and effort in unnecessary things or chasing after customers who will never even buy any product. Okay, so AI is also championing that process. We can talk about um, attribution modeling. So provide insight into the impact of your marketing efforts. Okay, you want to know whether whatever you are doing is yielding some results or not. Okay, and AI is also championing that. We can talk about, I think we've spoken about market trend analysis, competitor intelligence, all because of the data that you have access to. We talk about risk management. Now let's discuss, if there are no questions, let's move on to the challenges and then the ethical consideration in AI. Is there any question before I proceed? Now, this part of our discussion is very important, okay? So in order for AI to meet all business needs, we have to approach it in a way that is ethical, okay? In a way that is not harmful to people and to societal norms, right? And that is what ethics is all about. Okay, you make sure the AI you are developing is not harmful to people. Now, there are so many ethical considerations you need to take into consideration when you are developing AI platform. Okay, some of them is transparency. We talked about accountability. So you make sure for transparency, you make sure your models are interpretable. You can explain how the model is reaching the decision. Okay. If you can tell if somebody has been labeled a fraudster, they need to know why am I labeled a fraudster, right? Okay, and that is very important. For example, one of my projects I did in Haptor is finding fraudulent transactions in ECG. Okay, and one thing we did was we explained how the model is reaching that decision. If you label somebody as a high risk customer, how is the model doing that? That was very important. Okay. We can also talk about privacy and data protection. It is important that the data that you use to train the model, that is people's data, is not out there for everybody to see and use. Okay, you protect the privacy. You are not keeping people's names in your model so that the model will become biased. That is also very important. Okay, so you maintain the privacy of individuals or customers that you have. And normally we do that by masking personally identifiable information. Okay, like your name and others.
Yeah, Daniel, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have 5 minutes more to go. And also because we have other nationalities in the call, when you say ECG, they may not understand what it means. So
Right.
it would be good if you explain what ECG is.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I mean, in other countries, they
Yeah,
call it Nepal and the rest too.
yes. So forgive
Thank
me.
you.
So ECG is Electricity Company of Ghana. That is the main utility company in Ghana. Okay, that is our main utility company. And our company, the company that I work for, is building like a robust AI system for them, where they will use it to identify fraudulent behavior among their customers. Okay, so like I was saying, if a customer is labeled as a high risk customer, we should be able to explain why the model thinks the person is a high risk customer. And that is very important. Okay, right. So that is out of the way. Sorry for those who are not in Ghana. Okay, now let's talk about some technical challenges and how we can manage them. Okay, so one of the things that is very crucial when you are building an AI system is data quality, okay, and data availability. And in Africa, that is a real problem here. Okay, the data that we have are some, and there's data around. It's not like it's not adequate, but it's not aggregated. It's not gathered into one area. Okay, the data is scattered everywhere, and that makes it very difficult to access. And that is the issue that we face. The data quality, so cleaning the data, making sure that the data quality is very high is also very important. And a lot of people fall short of this. That is a real challenge when it comes to developing AI in Africa. We will also talk about interoperability. Okay, we talk about that, how to integrate AI into business. Okay, sometimes it's not that straightforward. It takes a lot of thinking, or there's a lot involved. Actually, there's a lot involved in deploying an AI model than in building one. The building is actually the easy step, but when it comes to deploying, it's a whole new world. Okay, so that is also a challenge that most people face, integrating AI into their business. Okay, then we talk about understanding the algorithm that we use, okay, the complexity. How is the AI making the decisions? Those are also challenges, and it's very important that we actually understand the system we are building, how they work, before we actually use them in businesses. Because if you have any problem, it will be very difficult for you to go back to debug the problem well, and then to be even able to solve them. Then we can talk about performance. Okay, the system that we build need to be performant, and you are serving like 1 million customers, so you need to make sure that your systems are robust enough to serve all these clients. Otherwise, you have a lot of downtimes, and that can affect your business, can affect your bottom line. Okay, so it's very important that we take note of all these challenges and mitigate them when we are building systems. Okay. Right. So let me quickly talk about empowering workforces. Okay. So one of the things we can all do right now that you have actually started is getting information, okay, getting educated, upscaling. There's a huge demand for upscaling right now. Okay? A lot of businesses can use AI, but they don't know about it. And in order to use AI effectively, you need to start learning about it, right? Think about how AI can benefit you. And that is why programs like what we are having today is very important, because we are helping you know the potential that you have and how you can take advantage. Okay, so please make sure in your own way, find ways to like upskill, to learn new things. And that goes for everybody, not just as individuals. Government institutions can also help their students to learn about these new technologies and how they can use them. Then we need to foster a culture of collaboration. Okay, we want to be able to work together, because when we work together, we can go further than if you are just doing this on your own. So industry and then academia should be talking, they should be collaborating, they should be sharing ideas. Students can go and visit industry and learn how they are using AI, and this can improve their overall understanding of the concept that they are learning in school, right? That is very important. There's a huge need, like I said, for training and upskilling right now. And everybody is part of this whole thing. We are all stakeholders in the AI ecosystem. So we can all contribute our part. Thank you very much. Is there any question? I think we've exhausted our time. Is there any question? Is there any question? Yes, David.
Okay, so thank you for your presentation and thank you for everything. I want to ask if you can give us specific applications which we can use in scaling up and about the various these things you talked about. So we are looking for the specific applications we can use.
Okay, so specific tools or some platform that you can use, right? That's the question,
Yes,
right?
yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, so I mentioned a lot right now. I think I did. I talked about Africosity. I talked about this program we are even attending. Okay, there's a lot of this program happening. There are other sessions in the series that you can join and get more information about how AI is being used right now. Okay, but there are other ones online. You can talk about Udacity, Coursera, and all these other platforms. I think in due time we can share links to all of this so that everybody can get access. Now, I'm sure everybody has access to ChatGPT. It's a very powerful tool that most people don't know how to use very well, and that is an issue, because you can use it even beyond what is common. It can help you in so many other ways. Okay, you can use it in most of these things. If you don't know something, you can just go and ask, and it will give you ideas, even coming out with business ideas for you. So all these tools are there. I'm sure you are all aware of some of these tools, but how to use them is the issue, and that is where the upscaling is important, because you need to learn how to use these tools. Have I answered your question, please?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes. So
Thank you
let
very
me also contribute to it. Thank you for asking. I mean, this particular presentation or training is basically for awareness sake and also ginger your spirit towards the upcoming events, so it should not take you by surprise. As he said earlier, there are a series of training that will be happening, and please be on the lookout we don't want to jump over the sections where we start begin to now, pushing things across your throat. So we would take it one after the other. After you simulate this one, we would bring the next sections where we will take you to practical, training on specific platforms. So some platforms that we would go into, and as I said earlier in my earlier presentation, in the section that some of you, if you have joined those sections, is that we don't want to sell anybody's product. It's not a selling of product platform. It's an education platform, and so we would be very selective in which platform we want to introduce to our learners. So be on the lookout. That section will be coming very soon, so you can join to learn some of these platforms that are available for specific industries that we are treating. Thank you so much. Yes, I think there's somebody who is also trying to ask a question as well.
Yes, is there any other question? Okay.
All right.
There's no other question, then over to you.
Okay. All right. So, Daniel, thank you so much. We want to thank everybody for joining the calls. Please check your chat section right now. You will see the links that we provided for those of you who need a certificate of participation. Click on that link. It will take you to a form that you fill for us. It's not a form per se, it's an Excel where you will provide your details there for us, and we'll prepare the certificates and let you have them through the information you provided. Again, we've provided a Precocity platform where you can go and study. I mean, what we are giving you here, I mean, virtually here free, but when you get there, you pay $10 for it. Those of you who are across Ghana, it's $8 for participation. We would send you a link. We have a Hubtel account. We also have a Paystack account. We would send you the details that you would need to pay through if you want to pay through those platforms for us. Again, we've also shared an evaluation form. Please click on the green evaluation form for participation and give us your impression about the training for AI for business development section. Please send your key things that you think you have learned. There are 3 questions that we've asked. Please answer them and then return and submit to us, and we'll take that into a very, very serious consideration. So thank you very much. If you don't have any more questions, please, we have the next section coming at 3 to 4. That is those of you who want to go into acting. We want to look at how acting industry is going to be changing pretty soon, where people can be in a room and do their own acting or do filming or do how am I going to put it, film production virtually in rooms and without even actors. All right, you don't need actors to act movies now. So we want to look at that at 3. So please, if you want to join that section too, you have all the schedules. Keep track of them from today all the way to tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. It's going to be busy learning all about AI. So any of the sections you want to join us for, please join that, and you will never be wanting, or you'll never regret it. You will learn so much from it. Again, we'll share the slides and other details, including the video that we are recording with you, so you can go through later at your convenience, so you can get those that you've not gotten properly. Thank you so much for joining us. My name again is Emmanuel Gbeve, and see you at the other section. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, sir.